Hi, welcome to this episode of the Data Beat. My name is Puneet Sachdeva, and today I will talk about data pre-processing for AI and recent capabilities as made available by Azure. As the host of the Data Beat, my aim is to bring the latest from the world of data analytics. Like always, it's a good idea to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon to get notified about the new shows. It was mid 2020 when I was exploring intelligent video analytics using NVIDIA DeepStream. Well, that's not the topic for today's episode. We will cover DeepStream on some other day. Rather, today's topic is focused on problem of data labeling, which is a time-consuming exercise which data scientists often want to be outsourced. Well, it's not just the data scientist that you know of who feels that way. Rather, as per a report from an AI research from Cognilytica, they found out that over 80% of the time enterprises spend on the AI project goes towards preparing, cleaning, and labeling data. And I'm here to talk about data labeling feature which is available in Azure Machine Learning, which has recently gone from preview to GA. However, before that, let's understand what is data labeling. Data labeling is a simple, in simple terms, is the process of detecting and tagging data samples. Now, why samples need to be tagged? AI systems require training data. It's the training data that needs to be labeled. And it is this labeled training data that an AI algorithm makes use of to gain understanding and enable decision making, especially in case of supervised learning. Do all use cases require labeled data? Well, not all. There are use cases which can be served using unsupervised learning as well, especially cases where we just need to identify clusters. I remember while working on my use case, I had to collect hundreds of images to get the algorithm to train on. However, before I could use the images, I had to undertake a long exercise to label the images, and it took me close to a week to do it. Well, that was painful. Enough of pains and complaints. Let's talk about a solution for this problem. Recently, Azure Machine Learning has made generally available a feature wherein multiple users can be leveraged for labeling at a faster pace, which means you as an individual can create a team and they will do it along with you. Well, what's so special about it? You can always share things. What if I tell you that while doing this, you do not have to worry about security, storage, tracking progress, handling incremental data, and its labeling? Yes, that's I'm going to share with you today. You need to ensure that data is available on the Azure Blob Store to make full use of the service. Else, you can also keep the data in the local files. However, the collaboration and advanced capabilities, may not be there. Besides this, you also need to have the set of labels identified and the instructions for labeling those. Instructions are important to ensure that all actors are having the same specifications. This feature can be accessed using Azure Machine Learning Workspace. It starts by creating a data labeling project. I forgot to mention you can label both images as well as text databases or text datasets. However, you need to segregate them in two different projects so they can't be combined. Then you need to basically provide the labeling task types. This is where you decide whether you need a single label per data item or multiple labels per data item. Also, do you know that data labeling itself is a sub-industry and that many of the vendors are actually providing services on Azure Marketplace? So if you have a contract with a listed vendor, then you can also add them as a workforce to the project, not just only your team. While you certainly can label the data available on the Azure Blob Store, You can also use an incremental refresh option to add new files for the labeling process. When it is enabled, the data set is checked periodically for new files and new files get added to the project. I believe that an incorrect label is more critical than a missing dataset. So data labels have to be correct for you to reap the benefit with the right results, and thus it's important to decide on common specifications. In Azure Machine Learning Data Labeling Project, you get to provide the labeling instructions. That is the right place where scenarios related to inappropriate labels, confidence thresholds, object overlapping, dataset quality can be explained and what needs to be done in case such issues occur. Not only this, you can accelerate labeling tasks with ML assisted labeling. For this, I would encourage you to look at the reference documentation as it's not completely automated. To have reliable outcomes, a human in the loop labeling is advised. Once you set things up, next step is to initialize the labeling project. Once the project is initialized, Azure will start then the processing. You can pause or resume the processing at your wish. This option is handy in case you come across some issue in the labeling or may want to update any of the label set or any of the specifications. The progress can be reviewed using a dashboard which tells you the class distribution, the queue status, and even labeler performance. Besides this, you can also access labels that need additional human review. Though I didn't get to use this in 2020, I'm going to certainly use this one soon, right? So in my next AI/ML project, definitely for labeling activities, this is the service I'm going to use. So in this episode, we talked about the data labeling and how Azure Machine Learning makes it possible in a secure and scalable way. Feel free to reach out to me through your comments. I'm eager to learn from your experience and share mine as well. My intent is to simplify the concepts and bring them to you. If this helped you to build some understanding, then I think it's a good idea to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it on LinkedIn or anywhere where your peer group is. So until we meet next time, keep the beat flowing. Thank you.